Hello and welcome to another episode of Unlicensed Therapy with me, your host, Ari Mannis. Today's episode, we have Jason Ellis. It was my first time meeting him, but we had an instant chemistry that I think you guys are going to really enjoy in this episode. If you're not familiar with Jason, here is a clip of his work.
Good on you, cock. I don't really like riding mini ramps personally, but if you want to, you can. That was the main reason I wanted to do the mini ramp tour. It was stoking out the kids.
Jason's seriously entertaining to watch on vert. I respect Jason a lot for how he skates. He's got a lot of new school and old school in him.
I'm afraid to say anything really bad because I'm afraid he might beat me up, but Ellis is rad. He's super loud. He's always loud, and he's always having a good time, always being Ellis.
All right, so that was Jason Ellis. Pretty incredible guy, right? Before we get the episode started, I want to let you guys know, in case you didn't know, we have unlicensed therapy t-shirts available at arimannis.com. Make sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and the episode on YouTube and iTunes and all the various places. And with that being said, enjoy the episode with Jason Ellis.
I'm pretty sure that you have a way harder time getting through life than the average person, Ari. I don't know why anybody would listen to this. I know I won't.
Ari, your advice single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to
Unlicensed
Therapy with Ari Mannis.
Thanks for doing the podcast. I appreciate you being here. We don't know each other, but I'm a fan of your work, fan of all the things you do. Even if I'm not a fan of you, which I am.
Or Shane Carwin.
Which
is ridiculous.
All the things you do are like badass.
Yeah.
And I'm badass.
Are ya?
So as a fellow
finally we
badass guy,
Yeah.
I was like, gotta meet this other badass guy.
What badass shit do you do? What?
Dude.
I saw your podcast. You got a lot of people on, and you know a lot of people, and you must be pretty funny and all that stuff.
What badass shit do I do?
But besides ripping podcasts and having celebrities on, what else do you do that's badass?
Okay. This is gonna go against you. What you do is badass. You
don't know that. So you feel like you don't know me. You're telling me you think that the only things I think are badass are like real duty shit, right?
Well, no, I think duty shit's badass.
I'm just saying, I don't feel like just if you're gonna.
Okay.
You don't
I'll
have to
pitch
be
them to you.
macho for me
Okay.
to think you're not badass.
Okay, I'll pitch
That's
them
what
to
I'm
you.
saying.
Okay. Longboarding, skateboarding.
Oh, wait. Oh, so you like carve the boardwalk and shit?
Carve the boardwalk,
So
long
relaxing?
distance skateboarding, going down hills.
So
I was into that
going
shit.
down, carving up a storm. Love carving
How
up a
badass
storm.
is that? See, I feel like there's
I
a
don't know if it's
rivalry.
badass.
Skateboarders hate longboarders.
I don't hate longboarders. I think it's casual times.
Yeah, they
but
think it's pussy shit.
It's not pussy shit. It's just not badass.
See, that's
What?
You're being nice.
I'm not being nice. I'm telling you facts. Like
It is
if,
badass.
Is it bad? No, it's not.
I'll tell you why.
You can't. You're,
Okay.
you're a longboarder. It doesn't matter why you think it is. You can't.
You have to say that because you're a professional skateboarder.
I don't
But-
have to say that. It's just factual.
Okay, I'll tell
if
you
you
why.
want to rollerblade down the boardwalk and tighten your buns and you feel the, you know what I mean, you're carving it up and you got
Okay.
your little headphones on, I say good for
Okay,
you.
I agree.
Just like
Longboarding down the
longboarding.
boardwalk is not badass.
Oh, but you sometimes you get badass and you bomb hills.
You bomb a hill.
I
you
can see it in your eyes. You've never fucking bombed a hill worth. Have you ever gone fast enough to the point where if you come off, you're so fucked you're going to hospital?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes. If you bomb a hill 60 miles per hour.
You've done 60.
Nah, I've probably done 50. Probably my fastest. I haven't clocked it, but I don't think I've done 60. Let's say 45.
thought you
Let's
were
even
doing
say
50.
40.
I would
Let's
say-
even say 40.
I'll say 35.
No, 35 I know I've done, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I have an electric skateboard that goes 35.
Wow.
And I've maxed that
You
shit
really
out.
are a
And I've
badass. I
maxed
was
that
wrong.
shit out.
Yeah. That's-
You're teasing. Watch these guys bomb hills on YouTube and tell me it's not badass. Watch these guys go 85 miles an hour
It's
down
not
the hill.
you though. That's like saying, "Man, I surf." You still look at these guys surfing 50-foot waves. That ain't fucking you.
Listen, I'm not
You're
the-
like out there in
Okay.
Santa Monica, like splashing around, claiming you're a badass.
I'm not the most badass longboarder out there,
Yeah.
but I'm badass.
Okay.
I'm badass. You'd watch me, you'd be like, I don't want to do that. No, you would. I take that back. You would. You would do it. I take it back. You would do it. But the average person wouldn't.
They can't skateboard.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah, and even casual skateboarder, non mega ramp skateboarder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He even knows some of the things that I wrote. Good for you.
Hey, I do my
Yeah.
research,
Yeah, you
dude.
must have.
The record jump at one point.
Yeah.
Got,
All right.
got
We're both
beaten.
equally badass.
I didn't say that. You're putting. I didn't. I
No,
just
you
said I'm
you just-
badass.
It means building a foundation. Listen,
Okay.
Jason, you're badass. So am I. Let's powwow.
Okay, I'll
I get
finish.
it.
I have more badass credits.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Now I feel on the spot here. I do stand-up comedy, badass.
Yeah,
Talking
that
in
is.
front of crowds, badass, dude.
I've done that, and I'm really bad at it. So
There you
There
go.
you go. You just.
I've made out with
Hey,
like
how-
30 chicks.
Oh.
Pretty badass, huh?
No.
Why not?
Well, that's why. How is that bad? You're fucking with me, right?
What? I've
Yeah.
kissed like over 30 chicks. That's pretty
cares?
cool. What do you mean, who cares? How many chicks have you kissed?
Don't know.
Badass, dude. Fellow
Is it?
badass.
I didn't know when I was like a teenager. What's wrong
Dude,
with
you think you've kissed over 30?
30 girls?
You think you've kissed with tongue? Not just like not
Yeah.
kissing your mom
I've
here.
tongued 30 girls' buttholes in like
Over
the
30
last-
girls' buttholes?
in the last year.
Wait, I thought you're married.
Yeah, I'm allowed to. We do.
You have an open relationship?
We tongue all kinds of buttholes together.
You guys do that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's badass.
Yes. There
That's
we go.
fucking badass,
Doing
man.
it again.
Okay, here we go. I've tried a lot of drugs, dude. I've tried cocaine a couple times, mushrooms,
Yeah, those are
acid.
good.
I did once in Australia. I did acid.
Good idea.
I was in Perth, That's
what I would do if I was there.
And someone in the audience handed me a tab of acid. I did it. You want to know why?
Because you're a badass.
Because I'm a badass. That's right. Marco, do you have any reasons of why you think I'm badass?
Man, wow. He's really backing
You
you up,
stunned.
huh?
I said them all? Those are all of them? I'm trying to. Oh, I'm a gun owner, proud gun owner,
Oh,
and I like shooting it.
that's great.
Badass, right?
Yeah.
All right. Have I proven myself?
Yeah.
I feel like you're. I feel like you're saying yeah, but you don't think I'm a badass.
I just don't. I mean, if you were or you weren't, it wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Trying to think about what person could be so badass that all of a sudden I would change my opinion across the table to the person.
Vin Diesel.
Like, oh my God. Yeah, but I already know Vin Diesel.
Do you think he's
I
a
mean, I already
badass?
know what he's like and what he has.
Do you think
So-
he's a badass?
Yeah. Yep.
What's he have that I don't? Oh, I have a motorcycle license and I like to rock climb.
Rock climb.
Rock climbing's not badass now
I
either.
don't think so.
What?
I mean,
It's not dangerous enough for you,
sure. Parkour's dangerous too if you fall. I mean, I like
dude.
park-
There's some badass parkour people.
No, there's no.
Not
never
you don't
been-
think even the
no.
top level parkour guys
No,
are badass?
Not even. You're a failed gymnast. It's so obvious. It's like fucking. What's that basketball shit where you play with the trampolines are on the court?
That's kind of badass too.
No, it's
maybe,
not, dude.
maybe okay. Maybe
What's that
it's not
fucking
a fail-
football that you play that the wrestling guy gets you in the indoor football? You're like an indoor football player.
Wait, I don't even know which. Oh, rugby.
No, there's like an WWE guy made another football organization that was just
Oh, like the
indoor.
XFL or whatever that shit was.
So if you're parkour, you're XFL.
No, parkour
Because you're
is someone who
you
was
are-
a gymnast.
All those bitches in Russia fuck you up. They could go to a fucking parking lot and destroy every parkour champion.
Wait, which guy in Russia?
All the gymnasts in Russia that are like
gymnasts.
Olympic level.
Sure, in
could
a
all
gym.
No,
Even
could
at
go,
parkour.
They could go to that dude's. They could go to the Red Bull Championships and win it in one practice. They could.
I don't think so, and I don't think it's a failed gymnast necessarily. I think
You're not even a failed gymnast. You're fucking.
You're right. I'm not a
complete
fan
bullshit.
of gymnasts, but let me finish my point. I think a parkour guy is someone who, you're right, wasn't a success at gymnast, but also was like, I'm tired of this pussy shit. I'm a badass, and I'm going to do parkour.
Oh.
They're kind of like half
I'm not
gymnasts,
saying-
half ninjas. They're kind of ninjas
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah,
You think
but
ninjas
the
are
only-
badass?
Only because they can die. In parkour, you
yeah.
can't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretending.
Okay, as a fighter,
You're like a
do you think
gymnast
ninjas
actor.
are badass, or do you think ninjas are failed
Ninjas are
UFC
sweet.
fighters?
No, ninjas would die in hand-to-hand
Is a
combat.
UFC fighter a failed ninja?
No. It's two different things entirely.
Same with parkour and
ninja
gymnast.
is more like a soldier.
Yeah, like a Asian soldier.
Dudes don't die in MMA. I mean, they could take a lot of drugs and die, or like run off into the
They
forest.
could get serious head damage that fucks up their life.
Yeah, but you can do that a lot of things.
Yeah, you can. Do
Moto,
you think? Are
all
you
those
worried
things.
about that at all with your lifestyle?
Not
Are you
really.
worried that you're gonna have like a CT or any of that crazy
Not really.
shit? That's good. What part of Australia are you from?
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne. I've been there once. Not as good as Perth or Sydney, but pretty good.
Okay.
What if I say that and he just punches me in the face?
Why would anybody think I would
Okay.
punch anybody?
Because I don't know. You're a fighter.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a fucking radio host.
What do you? How could you say you're not a fighter? There's
Because
videos
it's
on
not.
your most
Yeah, but
popular
that's
video
not-
on YouTube is you in a fight.
That's sad. Is it really?
Yeah, I think it has like 2 million views or something.
Oh,
like
it
that.
does?
A lot. It has a lot.
Well, that's cool.
I
Did I
watched.
get knocked out? Is that what happened?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was long.
It was me
like,
fighting up
It was like a
person, though.
30-minute fight.
Oh, I had a pro fight for King of the Cage. Probably was it a short, fat, bald guy that fought me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, you were. If
Yeah,
you were
he beat the
fighting like,
fuck out of me.
didn't you win in the end?
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah.
And my face afterwards.
But you should have won. I mean, it was like a fat little bald guy.
He had 40 pro fights.
Yeah, but
He was
it's
way
like,
better
look
than
at
me.
him.
He used to beat up.
He wasn't.
Dominic
You were better
Cruz.
than him. You
He
beat
was
him.
better. Yeah, he was better than me on the. Well,
He was more accomplished than you as a fighter, but you were better than
He
him.
he made some better decisions than I did in the first round, and made me almost go to sleep. And that really, I mean, I did eventually take him down and pull his arm off, but my face looked. It never got back to normal
Listen,
from that fight.
I was rooting for you
There was shit out
because
here and shit out here. It was real. Like I got a big my. I think he
you
broke
look fine
like,
now.
my
I mean, you're
temple.
covering yourself up with tattoos and
'Cause-
a hat.
It's because I'm so disfigured from
You're
fighting.
so disfigured
But
that
anyway,
you
going back,
look
I'm
figured.
not a fighter. I am a
Former
skateboarder.
fighter?
I'm a fucking skateboarder. That's what I really am.
Right.
Who got a job in radio.
I agree.
I really like fighting.
Uh-huh.
As a fun, I'm a fan, but I'm not. I'm more of a. I just want to be in there. I don't actually. I like watching it, but I want to be in there.
Okay.
But it's not a real fighter like all my real fighter friends. That's why to you think I'm a real fighter.
Well,
but to like,
I
you know,
get what
Brendan
you're
Sharp,
saying. Yeah.
he's not here, right?
I watched that video too.
Well,
of him
Brendan
taking
Sharp's
you
a
down.
real fighter.
Yeah.
So he can, if he was here, I can't say, no, you can interview me and ask me some fighting questions because I am indeed a fighter. It's not really.
Okay, you're being humble and
I'm
nice.
being a realist.
No, you're not. Listen. You might be better at skateboard, a higher level skateboarder than you are a fighter.
Might be.
You are. Okay.
I'm one of the greatest that ever lived in skateboarding.
Oh wow, that's a little confident.
I mean, in Vert, nobody had my style, my power. Nobody did. There was an era there where nobody cared, but I fucking ran.
You're
it.
a
I
more
ran it.
accomplished, higher level skateboarder. You've been doing it for longer. You started when you were younger.
Yeah.
But you're still a fighter because that's like saying, okay, let's say there was someone who's obsessed with skateboarding. Yeah. Wants to be a pro skater so badly, but they're not that good.
Yeah.
Or they're good, but they're not your level good.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say them, you're not a skater. They're still a skater.
Okay.
They're just not the best skater in the world. You're still a fighter. You're just not the best fighter.
I wouldn't say I'm a
you're just not
a pro fighter because it says I'm a pro race car driver. Did I race professionally? Yeah, but not
right.
I would count it as like that was my job. I had like real checks coming in because of my driving ability, and that's not what happened. I got paid to have some fights.
I understand.
That's true. I did get paid to have some fights, but nobody.
You weren't making most of your money from fighting.
I've never had anyone call me after my fight and look to offer me like a 3-fight deal or anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of.
And you did 2 fights.
It's not a franchise.
Right,
the
right,
Jason
right.
Ellis MMA career. There's one more in me, so I'll be 3-0
Only-
before I
only one?
retire. It depends on who shows up. To me, to train because I'm so old and
How
so
old are you?
broken, 49.
Oh yeah,
All the
you are.
injuries and shit. I don't want to, unless it's like CM Punk or somebody that everyone would always wanted to see somebody punch him in the face. Then I would take that fight.
Now, would you only take a fight that you think you would win, or would you take a fight?
Talking about, I accidentally have had this fight that's coming up will be the second time that I've had a fight where it looks like I'm going to win.
And why do you think you're going to win this upcoming fight?
Because I'm better.
But what?
I mean,
makes
I
you say
can go
that?
into
You watch his videos and your technique is better?
I was here way before him. I do come from an athletical background, and I'm way better at MMA. I don't even know how else to. I'm like, you heard me being real about I'm not very good, but I am way better than Lewis, and he can catch up, because he's got time.
What's the guy's name you're fighting?
Louis J. Gomez. Wait, you're a comedian. You know Louis.
Yeah, I didn't know you were fighting Louis J. Gomez.
This is what happened. See, I tried to fight. I
saw
fought
you-
Shane Khan with one arm, knocked me out. Then I tried to fight. I fought some pros. I fought Gabe Rudiger, who's
So
a
the Louis
UFC
J. Gomez
fighter.
fight is not a professional fight.
It
It's
is
just going to be.
It is because he wanted to be an MMA fight, and I'm like, if you want it to be an MMA fight, I've already had 2 pro fights. You can't have an amateur fight. It's illegal.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yes, if you have a pro fight, you can't go back to the amateurs.
So after this fight, even if you kick his ass, which you probably will,
maybe
according to you,
anything
you
can
might.
happen, but
Anything
it
can
looks
looks
good.
like you're confident. Even
good.
if you knock him out in 10 seconds, he's going to be a professional fighter.
Yes.
Technically speaking.
Yes, he will be.
That's pretty cool. I want to get kicked at. I want to get beat
You
up by
could
an
do it.
MMA guy.
You could fight at one. If
Dude,
you want
I'll
to fight
you
on the
next.
same card,
I'll fight you.
you don't want to fight me. Do you want to fight on the same card against another smaller guy?
Would you go easy on me?
No, I mean, if we were filming stuff, yes, I would go easy. Yeah.
But it was still a professional fight. I just want to be called a professional fighter.
Oh wait, you want to get sanctioned? If you would get sanctioned and
just
we have
want-
a real fight, I'm gonna knock you out.
You wouldn't just beat me? You wouldn't just make me tap real quick?
Well, no, I don't. No, I'm
You would
punching
knock me out?
I mean, I punch you in the face.
That's
maybe.
not very nice.
But you wanted to have a pro MMA fight. You can't have a pro MMA fight without the guy trying to knock you out.
You can. If
No,
you
you
were a
can't.
nice guy, you could just tap me
I'm
out
not
real
giving
quick.
you a fake belt
What,
for your
because
achievements.
it's disrespectful
to the MMA community. We're already being slightly disrespectful
By
by
who?
us,
Oh,
comedians,
you and Louis.
entertainers being in MMA. It's I just love the sport, but I could see how they're like, man, really?
I don't think they are, though. They love it. Joe
Some are.
Rogan. Some are, yeah. I guess Brendan Schaub gets tons of shit. He gets tons of hate.
How can he get shit? He's not fighting anymore. What would be the shit?
He gets shit. I see a lot. So he's like a high level comedian now, headlining, doing theaters. So he gets a lot of shit from MMA people going, "You're not funny. You jumped in and you don't deserve to be headlined."
He did jump in and he got a fucking
but
super boost
that's
that
just the
most
way
people
it
don't
goes.
get. And
That's just the business.
So what?
So did Stormy Daniels. So did tons of YouTube.
wait, Stormy
people.
Daniels is a successful comedian.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
You didn't know that?
You're fucking lying.
I swear to, you know that, right? She's the Trump porn girl, right?
Who's bigger,
Yeah.
her or Brendan Schaub?
I think Schaub.
Okay.
But Stormy Daniels
'cause
still
I haven't heard about
headlines
her
comedy
comedy.
clubs and
Bullshit.
makes, swear to God,
But did she
sells
tell
them,
joke? Oh, no.
sells them out and makes hundreds of thousands of dollars doing stand-up comedy.
Because she's so big, she got writers to tell her do the shit.
I assume I've never watched her.
Because that's how.
I've
So
never
if you
watched
come in
her
hot
set.
and you've got tons of money, then
I'm
you
sure
can
she's
pay
terrible.
for funny people to give you the jokes.
Yeah. And I bet you she's still bad, even with writers, if I were to guess. But she does it. She makes more money than
Yeah,
you and I doing stand-up.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Seriously.
Storm. Yeah.
I don't understand why someone
It
has to
doesn't
get
bother
mad
me.
at somebody for making a bunch of money.
Right. If you don't like it, then don't go to the show.
If you're
that's
jealous, you
simple.
could go do stand up and
Or porn. and
be
go-
a UFC fighter, get knocked out by fucking what's his name, knock the shit out of him, man, and you pay those dues, and then Joe Rogan fucking tells you should retire on a fucking show. Then yeah, he fucking gives you a leg in, but it's the same as when people say, hey, you got a radio deal because you know Tony Hawk. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's how you got your radio deal? I
Yeah, he
didn't know
said
that.
you want to be my co-host because you're funny, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then
But you're also
Sirius
pretty
segment, like,
qualified.
no, I wasn't. What
Not
I
as a
before?
radio host, but you're an interesting guy. You're funny, like you
But it's
said.
the
You
rules-
have a good background.
It's different now because podcasting exists. But before this
You had to do
existed,
radio.
I came in. Sirius XM was the new medium.
Yeah.
like there was terrestrial radio, and then there was Sirius XM.
I still don't understand how SiriusXM makes money. I still don't. I know it's
They
in
could be
cars and
lying.
stuff, but it's like
They say it's
I
like
don't know
50
anyone
million
with Sirius.
subscribers.
Yeah, I know it
So-
comes with cars, but I've still, and the amount comedians they pay comedians a good amount for their stand up. It just
Oh,
seems
just
like
to be aired on there?
Sirius throws around a lot of money, and in my head, I'm like, I don't understand their business model.
Some people get,
but I also
shows
don't
like
know
Jamie
business.
Foxx and stuff. He got paid tons of money. to
Yeah,
just have
Kevin
the channel.
Hart, Comedy
Yeah.
Central, Netflix. So many people have money. I'm like, How are they doing it? But anyway.
Well, what do you mean? How are they doing that?
I know how they're doing it.
Retarded.
No, it
What do
isn't.
you mean how? I'll tell you how. Because everybody has it in their car. Like maybe maybe you're in this weird podcast comedy thing where you have to try and shit on SiriusXM. Like
I like SiriusXM.
Like terrestrial people used to shit on it. Like I'm finding like it cracks out when you go in the parking lot.
If SiriusXM offered me a show right now for $10,000, I would do it. I'm not knocking Sirius. I just don't understand it.
It's because it's different. It's not hooked up into Instagram like podcasting is. Yeah. Instagram doesn't like SiriusXM. There's like a thing where they butt.
Yeah.
But it's still there's like fucking millions. Like
yeah,
it's a different kind of fan too. Like a less kettlebell like type fan. Like it's more of just a guy that's in his car. So they're less of like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I got to do what you got to do. It's kind of a little bit more freedom.
Right.
When you can kind of say stuff and less people kind of nail you to the wall. But there's a lot of people. Like, I'm always kind of surprised how that works. So for you to say that is really surprising to me because I'm like, wait, you don't know about SiriusXM. You don't understand how they would have any money.
I don't understand that they have that much money.
Like, if you bought a car recently?
Yeah, it comes with it.
Yeah.
So they're not getting my money from that.
Have you heard it in a car?
In my car. I had it for 3 months for free.
Oh, and you didn't like it?
No, I did. But
then why wouldn't you renew it?
I'm cheap.
But you also didn't like it.
I liked it. I did like it.
That's not true because if you liked it, what other thing? Like you buy a T-shirt, you buy water, you buy toilet paper.
I like YouTube, but I'm not paying for their premium no ad things, even though it's way better.
Is it like $14 a month or something?
Serious? Yeah, something like that.
So how's that add up to a day? Look, I'm just trying to, because you have this, right? Did you drive here?
Yeah, I drove here.
So you're not like, you don't live on the street, right?
I have an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment.
And you just live in there?
Just by myself, yeah.
And you're saying that you can't afford.
I could afford it. I just choose not to.
You know when you work out what a day thing is? Like, is it like 2 cents or some shit?
It's very cheap, and I still choose not to.
So just be honest. You didn't like it.
I did like it.
Then why would you spend 2 cents a day to fucking keep it in your
comedy.
car?
I like music. I like
If I'm
Howard
in traffic, dude, I don't even care. No one's SiriusXM is listening to me, and I'm already locked in. I get paid. I'm solid in there. I don't have to sweat shit, which is why I love being there.
People listen to you on there.
I know. I'm fucking. I get paid.
Yeah.
Tons of money and everybody loves me. So I don't. So
I feel like you're on the defense here.
No one's
I'm
gonna
a
know.
fan. I like your show.
No, I think you're right. I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. You don't understand how SiriusXM.
I'm not insulting Sirius.
I don't even know who the real. I think they changed hands and there's another new owner. So I don't even know who the owner is right now. I really am honest with you.
Yeah.
But. Fuck you, dude. You're shitting on SiriusXM.
I'm not shitting
you don't know
on
how
Sirius.
They make money. They make money because tons of people are okay with 2 cents a day, and tons of people find all the channels, all the different music, and the variety where you don't even pick it. It just keeps coming at you. They find that to be entertaining. And
I just want to clarify.
Millions. More people SiriusXM than Nickelback sales.
That's a lot.
And that's a better question. Why do people buy Nickelback?
To me, it's the same question.
Wow, I just realized why people have SiriusXM. The same reason 50 million records were sold by Nickelback.
No.
I don't know either.
SiriusXM is way better than Nickelback.
I mean, I'm on there.
I want to rewind a bit. I was never insulting SiriusXM.
2 cents for me.
I was never insulting it. I'm just saying.
Have you heard my show? It's way better than this one.
It's the same show. You're talking during this show.
Actually, this is pretty good
your show.
This one's pretty good.
This is the exact same show as yours. If anyone listening, what's the difference? I chime in a little bit more than on yours.
Good point.
That's it. How long have you been doing your show?
15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
On SiriusXM?
Yep.
So it does really well then.
Yep.
They've renewed it 15 times? Or how long are the contracts each time?
They used to be yearly. And then they're trying to lock me down for 3 years at a time now because I would always get a big raise every year. And they were like, fuck, what about if we just do 3 years? And I was like, yeah all right.
Cheap.
But then I got my manager to like give me more every year in the 3-year deal. So nobody gets out alive.
Smart.
Everybody, as I said, there was this whole story 15 years where it sucked working there and nobody was listening and nobody was doing anything or paying me. And then it accidentally got really big.
Stop, pause for a second. You were literally doing it for free?
No, just not
not a lot. Low amount.
Yeah.
Got it. Then it got big and your checks went up.
Just everybody listened and they didn't have all of a sudden the boss was like, hey, how's it going? And I know him and we hang out and I
Now,
just
let me
got that
ask you
feeling
this.
that it was worth a lot more, so I asked for a lot more.
Do you get free Sirius XM for having a show on
All
there?
cars anybody I know.
You get it.
Do you want it?
Yes.
No. 2 cents a day.
But
Couldn't do it.
let me say
Obviously
this.
not a fan anyway.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
You get it for free, so you also don't pay for Sirius XM. No one in this room pays for Sirius XM. Do you see my point now? You do? Damn it. And
One
he
out-
lives
one
in his
out of
car.
3 people
and
pay
he,
for
he
Sirius
lives in his
XM.
car.
That's why if you drive, it's better than everything else.
It is. Except
But
for
if you drive for 10
YouTube.
minutes, then who cares? Wait, YouTube on in the car?
Yeah, that's what I do. I have my
don't
phone
watch
hooked
it,
up
though.
to Bluetooth. No, just but I could look up your show on there. I could look up anything I want.
Wait, my show's not on YouTube.
It isn't?
No.
Your live stream.
Yeah, but the live stream's stupid. Why? I just did it I just put it in the other day because I'm trying to my web guy was like because I only just started doing a web thing. I gave up on the whole thing like for a couple of years. Just got it so annoying, and SiriusXM wanted to do their own videos, and I was like, just pay me a bunch of money so I don't have to deal with any of this shit anymore.
Yeah.
And then you can fucking chop it up. You can bring it
Do
out as
whatever you
late
want.
as you want, or fucking edit it where I'm like, what the fuck is this video? I don't care. So that's where I'm at. But then things got so good, and then fans are like, why don't you do that live stream thing? I'm like, really? You really want that stupid little live stream? Yeah, man. So put it up in the now because of the studio. We're all stuck at home, so I
Right.
got a home studio, and I was like, well, this isn't going to hurt anybody. This can be, it can all stay. Usually in the other studios in SiriusXM, you have to take it down. And I'm like, if I'm putting up cameras and I'm checking audio and doing all this shit before the show starts, where I'm locking everything in for the show, and I've got fucking laptops open everywhere, and I'm just like, this is. And several times the cameras would go out, and I know.
set all this up.
Right. But you just started though. You're probably already huge and I
No,
don't even know.
I've been doing this a year.
This is
It's going
impressive.
nowhere. Thank you for doing it.
1 year? It's
Yeah.
impressive.
Thank you very much.
Like studio, everything looks fucking
I'm a
pro as
nerd.
hell.
I'm a tech nerd. I'm badass, remember?
Oh. See,
badass.
that's what I'm really suffering, and that's why, I'll be honest, my YouTube stream is bad. People are like, man, audio's pretty bad. I'm like,
You know, for me,
wait, you think I'm going to press a button to make it work? Because I don't know that button.
I would love a tech guy helping me out because even though I know how to do it all, I want to come in and just be talent. I don't want to have to worry. Like right now, the shot is a little bit overexposed on the wide angle.
Oh, good for you. It's tough.
And now I have to,
Yeah, but
I'm
that's-
thinking about that.
You're a host. I don't know. You become a control freak. You want your thing to be perfect, and you
Yeah.
want to have your fingers in all of it. And the less fingers you have in shit, the more potential of things getting loose and fucking up. Because you can't trust anybody else in this game, dude. If you
true.
want to get it done, you got to do it yourself.
I had a question for you. So you do so many things: skateboard, radio host, UFC fighter. Is it UFC?
It's
Or you're
MMA.
not
MMA.
You're not in UFC. I
No.
apologize. I apologize to all the UFC fans out there. He will never be in the UFC. He's not
never
good
know.
enough.
You never know.
No, I know. You're not good enough.
Good point.
I'll kick your ass, dude.
There
I'll
you go.
fucking kick your ass.
All right.
I'm way more badass than you. I'll
Yes,
beat,
you
I'll beat
are.
the shit out
Anyway,
of you.
what was the question?
You do so many things. You're bisexual. I read on the
Oh,
internet.
there we
You're
go.
like everywhere.
Yeah.
Does that take away from if they like? Why don't you pick something, man? Like pick a gender, pick a sport, pick
Yeah.
a hobby. Like too many things, right? Or no? Is it because you have an ADD brain, or is it because you just are so fucking talented that you need to do all these things? Like, how does that happen? Where you have that many passions?
Why I want to do moto and skateboard versus why I want to have sex with girls and guys. It's a little bit different.
Same thing. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. Yeah, I guess I'm just a pansexual dude or whatever. I think a lot of people are, and they just hide it or hide it from themselves or hide it from the world. You know, I feel like
I imagine.
there's
Well, there's
no
a
way,
lot of
there's no way
closeted.
it's just me. There's
There's
no way.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of closeted.
I'm the only
bisexual,
guy that likes
pansexual,
punching and dicks.
and dicks.
Bullshit.
Do you find that some men don't want to fight you now because they're worried that you're gonna like fuck their
Get the gay.
assholes?
Oh
No, not.
Oh, that
not,
I'll rape
not,
them.
Not spread gay. Just that you'll.
That
not
I'll
even,
rape them
Not
because
rape,
gay
but
guys
maybe
are
not rape.
about to rape.
No, not rape, but maybe feel up their butt a little. Maybe when you're holding them down, like hold them extra close to you. I don't know.
Oh, so when I'm training with my training partners, because
Have you say you've never encountered that kind of homophobia?
I don't know.
That's good. See, the
Is
world's
it-
pretty progressive. The fact that you've never experienced that, I would have
what
assumed.
about when a girl rolls with a guy? Is she thinking that the guy's...
I imagine some of them do. Imagine some of them think.
Well, I
that.
think that's kind of like an amateur hour thing. I think when you first get into jiu-jitsu and all that stuff, maybe people will think that because they're not accustomed to rolling around with another person's body. But when you do it because you love the sport,
and you're good at it.
no, doesn't have anything to do with it. When you do it and you love it, like your passion is jiu-jitsu or wrestling or whatever the fuck it is, where you're probably rolling around with people, then nuts to face happens, man.
I'd like to roll around with a babe.
I don't even like
I'd
a
like to
locker room
kiss.
thing. I don't want anybody if I'm training with people, I don't want to get changed next to my friends.
I'd like to
I'm like super gay.
date a fighter babe and just roll around with her on the
Me
mats.
too. I've always
They're
tried
pretty
to.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they get the puffy ear thing that fighters
they
get?
do. They have long
Girls
hair.
get
They
them
hide
too.
it.
Okay.
They take care of it more because it's more of the guys that have real bad ones. They're the guys that didn't really tend to it. They just let it. They just
let
went
it
to the
get
gym the
crazy.
next day and kept rubbing it on shit.
Because I like sucking on girls' ears when I'm getting intimate with a lady.
That's weird.
I'm a big, just like their earlobes playing is sensitive. Do you like getting your earlobe sucked? I like it. You don't like that?
I mean, sure, I'll
It's not
hang
that
out.
weird. Yeah.
No, I'm it's just my opinion. So that you just go for the earlobes.
Not like go there first.
Sounds like
but
it's a thing that you do though. You know yourself to be that guy.
I like ears.
So if you ever hook up with you, then you're going to get some lobe sucking.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's weird.
It's not. Is that weird?
I think it is.
Do you think it's weird?
Wait, you like to have your lobes?
You got a mic. You got a mic.
Do you do you earlobes suck as well, or do you just you do? Is this like some new
It's
shit?
not all I do. I'm not
I know,
like
but just to know that it's one of your
earlobe.
things.
Yeah,
like,
it's
really?
one of the things. It
do you
feels
think any
good.
of the girls go, "Wow, I really like it when he hits the earlobes"?
Absolutely, because
Fuck off.
I feel that way. When a girl hits my earlobe, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that feels good. Or same,
How long
it's like
do you
neck kissing.
spend? Yeah, but how long do you spend on the lobe?
10 seconds here, 10 seconds there.
Keep
you
going
know.
back over there.
Oh yeah, you don't focus just on the lobe. You move
Did you just
around.
go to pinch a nipple just then?
Yeah, you go pinch a nipple, maybe a little clit action,
God,
back to
God.
the lips, the neck, the
How
ear.
old are you?
31.
You didn't fuck a lot, right?
Dude, I told you I've kissed over 30 girls. I
That's
fuck all
not
the
a lot.
time. What do you mean that's not a lot?
That's not a
You
lot.
want to know the average person's partners?
Yeah, but
It's
the
like
average
6.
person has a 5 1/4 inch penis, so they're not even really fucking. You know?
I got 7, I think.
You
So-
think
I'm not measuring it. I'm not going to do it.
you can't do it to yourself.
No, it's not to myself. It's just I don't want to be that guy that knows the measurement of their dick. I did it when I was
Do
a
people
kid.
have a different opinion if you know the size of your dick?
It's just I don't want to be like my dick's 8 inches. I want to be like my dick's
You
big.
could just rough it off like what you said. I think it's appropriate.
yeah, my dick's
Unless you
big.
said it's probably 7 and then it's a 5.
And then it's 5. Yeah.
now it's kind of like when
I
somebody's
know
really big on tender.
from just human curiosity, being in the locker room, looking at plenty. I've seen plenty of dicks in my life.
Yeah,
and
see,
I know
Americans,
I'm doing pretty good.
you guys get naked all together when you're growing up.
You don't in
No, we never
Australia?
did that. No.
And how come? Was it against the law?
Kangaroos come in, bite your dick off. Drop bears, eat your balls.
There's no kangaroos in Melbourne.
Kangaroos are everywhere in Australia. That's why it's called Australia.
Maybe on the suburbs of Melbourne. But not.
Kangaroos can go anywhere they want.
Were you a city guy or a suburb guy?
Both.
Both. Okay, cool.
I'm a city guy that goes camping and all that shit.
Yeah, I like camping. Do you have a van or do you go tent camping?
No, tent camping and, like bushfires and shit and shooting wild boars and
Do you think Australians
Shit
as
like
a
that.
whole are more badass than Americans?
not
or
anymore.
Why? What changed?
Copy you too much.
So now it's the same thing.
Yep.
So Americans aren't more badass than Australians either.
Everyone's about even. You got a couple of badasses that are doing their own thing all around the globe, I would assume. But
Yeah.
most of the sheep that follow the swipey phone thing are all the same. They are because you're all just trying
Yeah.
to you're all just trying to impress Joe Rogan. It's like the same.
Well, Joe Rogan is
everyone's
a
the
fellow
same.
badass.
If he gives you a pat on the back, I bet you it feels really good.
Joe Rogan's the top badass.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're still badass, but Joe Rogan's the top of our class.
I thought Nate Diaz isn't.
Nate Diaz is a more badass UFC fighter than
But
Joe
he's
Rogan.
more of a, if they're talking, Nate gets I don't think he's as intelligent or anything, but he gets the upper. Like I think he has to bow
To Rogan?
No, Rogan has to bow to. If you're,
You think?
Yeah, fucking.
I disagree.
Rogan isn't a mixed martial artist first and foremost. Sure.
No, I'd say he's a comedian first and foremost.
Oh, you know what?
Mixed martial
Agree to
arts
disagree.
second.
I think he might be a more successful comedian, but he just always came across to me as someone who really loves the sport.
I agree. He loves the sport.
Very passionate about it, and to me, I could see. You look up to these guys that are at the top, cutting edge, because of what they've accomplished in this thing that you love so much.
Yeah.
So much so that someone like Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz can be like, dude, shut the fuck up. And I don't think
you think you can alpha Rogan?
Yes, I definitely do.
No way, dude.
Dude, I definitely.
No one
that's
alphas
ridiculous.
Rogan.
Oh, get the fuck out.
You ever talk to Rogan?
Yes.
That's an alpha, man.
Okay.
That is an alpha. Like, you could never go, I disagree to Joe Rogan.
Oh, I can do that.
No, I'm just kidding. But
and so could Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz could disagree with himself, and he'd have to agree with it.
I met Nate Diaz once at the Comedy Store. Nice guy.
You know,
Smoked
I
weed
met
with
the
him.
Diaz brothers once where they were gonna. I think they were gonna beat me up. I was hanging out with Jason Mayhem Miller, and Mayhem had just had that fight in Strikeforce in the cage where the Diaz brothers and everybody, fucking Melendez, everybody beat up Jason in the cage because he jumped over the cage. He was like, hey man, give me a fucking rematch to Jake Shields. And for whatever, people just jumped in. It was a huge thing. Do you know about it? Biggest thing in MMA at the time, Strikeforce live on NBC or whatever, a full-on brawl breaks out in the cage after the main event, and it is fucking on TV. And the announcer's like, guys, the public doesn't need to see
This
that.
is like WWE
It was
shit.
horrific.
Yeah.
It was horrific. There was like a pit of people and dudes throwing kicks and uppercuts into Jason's face while there was this big pit. So
Wow.
there's a big argument afterwards. Everyone's like, fuck this guy, fuck that guy. And I'm, skateboard guy on the radio who's friends with Jason and trains and doesn't know. It's the same thing as Joe Rogan. I'm like, the Diaz brothers are the shit. They are.
Yeah.
And so is Jason. They're all, Jake Shields, they're all the shit to me. And I'm like, man, why can't you guys just get along? I don't get why. What was up with that one guy kicking you? He's not even the shit. That doesn't seem fair. Because there was a couple other guys that weren't the Diaz brothers.
What would you do if you were there?
I would have gone down with the ship, dude. I'm a loyal guy. I'm not very tough, but I'm a loyal guy.
You're tough.
I'm not compared to that fucking cage.
Okay.
That was a definite. I would have
You're
gone, hey,
You're right.
I'm his friend, so fucking That's all it would have been. I'm not a hero. I'm scared of that kind of stuff. But we went to the UFC, and Dana White gets me tickets, and my wife didn't go, so Jason's like, I'll go, and I'm like, okay, cool. So Jason meets me there, and somehow, because he's crazy, he's got this girlfriend with him who's not really his girlfriend, just some girl he met. And he's like, I'm gonna bring her, and I'm like, I only have 2 tickets, dude. What are you talking about? Oh, it'll be cool. If someone tells us to leave, we'll leave. And I'm like, okay.
They're going to tell you to leave.
So I sit down, and someone tells him to leave. He's like, oh, I'll be back in a minute. And I'm like, oh, okay. No. I was super high, and I'm on my phone, and it's like one row back from the sitting down seats that are near the cage, and there's no leg room. And I didn't watch, but I guess Nick and Nate were going over there to fuck up Jason, or at least argue, get in his face. And Jason had walked off as they'd come over. And I think they know a little. I think they know this fucking skateboard dude that has a radio show. They could take it one way or the other, but they knew that I was his friend for sure. So I'm on my phone, and then they do that thing where they stand over me. So I'm sitting in this seat super high, and I feel the bump on my leg, and I go, and it's both of them, just like, and I'm like, I have no rebuttal. I'm like, is this where do I just get punched in the face by 2 of the gnarliest dudes in the world, and they walk off? Because I'm like, what are you gonna do, Jason? Double leg both of them? Like, you're fucking dead. Just shit myself, didn't say anything, and they were like, fucking didn't say a word to me, just gave me a look of disgust, like, fucking, and then walked off, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then Jason just shows up. Hey, man. I'm like, dude, The Diaz brothers were gonna kill me. You got some girl here? What the fuck, dude? I don't want. This is the beginning of me worrying about hanging out with Jason.
That's pretty awesome that you got to experience the wrath of the Diaz
But it sucks
brothers.
that he doesn't like me because then I knew some other guys
He
that are
probably
friends.
forgot about it.
With yeah, they're good point. But they're like,
They smoke
fuck
a lot
that
of
guy.
weed. They smoke a
So
lot
do
of
I,
weed.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
hopefully
remember-
I'm insignificant enough for like he was
But
like.
you
I don't
are a
remember
pretty
that guy.
memorable dude.
I know, which means he probably doesn't like me.
Well, I think if you saw him, you could go up to him. He's a reasonable guy. Just talk it out.
I don't think that's a good idea with those guys. I
Nah.
think that's ridiculous to try and talk
No, you
it
just say-
out with a
you say,
Diaz.
"Excuse
you
me,
just
Nate."
squash. You just stay away.
No. You go up to him and you say, Nate, I don't know if you remember me. My name's Jason. Big fan of your work,
Yeah,
and I feel like we got off on the wrong
He's
foot,
already walking
and
off.
I just want to say, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be like, right on, man.
Yeah, I'm all right. I like to, it's sort of like the gay thing. Some people don't really like me as much anymore, and
Oh, so you have
can
experienced
enjoy from
homophobia.
afar. Oh, fuck yeah, tons
Damn.
of people.
Like, what did they just say the gay F word on your social
Oh,
media?
that one is only. That's not as often. It's sort of like more if you're like a Opie and Anthony fan or from that East Coast thing, then you might call me a fag every now and then. But it's more like people that used to be cool with me that just don't hang out anymore.
Now they're just maybe
one
it's not
bums me
that
out.
they're just they don't know how to handle it. The difference.
I just don't understand why anybody has to handle anything. Just
right in their heads, they're just like
just a
they
thing
don't
that
know
I
what it is.
really like to do. It's who I am. It would be different if I really like to like kill babies or anything. Then okay, I get you. But everybody that I've ever
You
done
just like
anything with,
buttholes.
they completely agreed that they wanted to do it before it started. I would say I have a really good average on everybody that I do hook up with when they leave we're having a great time and enjoyed it. They usually come back, I find. So is that bad?
Not for them. No, it doesn't sound bad for
Everyone
them.
needs to get over it, man. It's just a butt.
It's just a butthole.
Chicks' butts, guys' butts. Who cares?
Yeah. Do you prefer taking it or giving it?
Depends on who it is. Depends
both.
on the moment. I like both.
Both, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some people that don't, right? There's some gay individuals that just like giving or receiving.
I find that most guys want to get it because it's kind of this orgasm that once you figure out, it's a better orgasm than
giving it.
than a dick one. Like if you get an orgasm through your butthole, it's like a
That's why I've
way
never
better.
gotten one. Because
Right.
I'm scared I'll love it too much. So it's like right now I don't know what I'm missing.
I don't know if that's the case. Look, if you got homophobic issues, then you can't even get a girl to put a dildo in there because you're going to feel like you're being
I don't
gay.
have homophobic issues. I have a gay
But
brother.
if you can,
Yeah.
if you can get past it, it's a lot of work. It took me like a year to get a dildo in there. Like my wife tried for a year.
And she into it?
Well, yeah.
But here's why I don't want it. Because what if a girl puts a dildo in my butt and I fucking love it?
Yeah.
Best orgasm in my life. Probably will, right?
Yeah.
Then every girl I date, I'm gonna have to be like, hey, will you do this thing for me? I rather just, it's like coffee. I never drink coffee. I never smoke cigarettes. If I don't
But you're
know
part
what
of
I'm
the
missing,
problem. You don't want to bring up the things that you like, so you want to keep every girl that you ever
I don't know
date
if I like
behind
it.
closed doors. Maybe every girl that finds out about that likes it.
maybe.
Maybe girls don't leave guys when they say that they want a dildo in their ass.
Most won't, but some will.
You know why they will? Because they heard people like you say that I don't want to bring up wanting a dildo in my ass. It's why is it bad?
It's not bad.
If God made a gland in your ass to have an orgasm,
I'm not saying
why
it's
would
bad.
it be bad to,
It's not
to
bad.
tap into it?
It's not bad.
'Cause
I
if it
just don't
is,
want to know what
then
I'm
it's
missing.
bad to jerk off. It's bad to suck. It's bad to suck pussies and dicks. It's all bad. You can't say one of them
It's not
is
bad.
worse than the other.
I'm not saying it's worse. I'm saying
You-
I don't
you are.
want it
You're a
because
part
I
of
don't
it.
want to love it. I don't want to know what I'm missing. It's the same reason I don't
Ridiculous
drink
statement.
coffee.
It's a ridiculous statement. It's like saying I won't eat French fries because I'm afraid I'll love it.
I love French fries, and
Me
that's
too.
a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's bad for my gut. I have
It's
a little
not-
gut now.
If you only eat French fries and you don't work out, then that's another problem. Don't blame French fries, you lazy fuck.
What if I loved anal and then I only wanted anal all the time? That would be bad for me. I have an addictive
not bad.
personality.
You can't be as addicted, have the personality that I have. Mine is really bad. I love dicks in there all the time.
Exactly. I don't want that.
I got a job to do, so I do it.
Yeah, you do it.
You're a committed guy. Look at this thing. There's no way you go, oh man, I had a podcast, but I just got to get fucked in the ass. There's no way you're going to do that.
Sometimes I'm late to things because I jerk off in my bed. Imagine if I had anal in the mix and I have to clean up.
Clean up first.
Right.
I don't want to teach you. There's no point. Stuff you don't need to know.
You're right. You're right. But the audience out there.
They don't want to know either, I've found.
Enema?
Yeah, you said nobody's listening to your podcast anyway, so I guess I'll do it.
Is it?
Yeah, I have like the shower one because you can buy the little bottle ones. They don't work. They're not good. Because you put a little bottle and you squirt the bottle in there and then you get it out, squirt bottle in there. But it doesn't really get like all the water in there. My wife bought like the thing that attaches to the shower. So there's this long thing and then it's like a metal thing about as wide as my finger, maybe a little bit wider, like metal thing like that with the water shoots out the end of it. So you turn the shower on and then you put a bit of lube and you shove that thing up your ass.
You got to put lube just to clean your ass.
I use like the conditioner to shave your face, like whatever. I just lube up my butthole a little bit so that the thing slips in there easy. And then fill it up and you try to relax. Keep fill. Then
it's so much work.
Wash it all out. Look, you fucking don't get it. It's like I can't even, if you don't want to play, there's no point. It's like saying, getting barreled. It's so much work. You got to like wax your board.
I don't want to play, but I want to be
drive
informed.
to the wave. You got to find the wave. You got to figure out how to ride the wave.
You're right.
It's a lot of work.
You're right.
For this glory.
You're right.
The
it's
rainbow.
The glory. It's the glory.
At the end.
Hey, maybe I'll try it.
It's magical,
I'm
man.
still young
It's
enough
magical.
to try. What was the age you tried anal for the first time?
My wife got a vibrating dildo in me. Made me come 7 times. Inner orgasms. And then the 7th one.
That was your first time?
Yeah.
So you discovered this at a late age?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was doing a little bit of gay stuff when I was younger, it was like somebody sucked me off because I was super high, like on tons of drugs and shit. So I just figured it was like one of those things where you're just so horny and you take so many drugs that you every now and then will let like a trans girl suck you off or, because I would get hookers that were, cheap ones,
Like the Hong Kong and Mexico? You ever been there?
heroin ones. Yeah, I've done Hong Kong ones as well. Yeah. All that kind of stuff. So to get anybody didn't really matter at one point. But then when I got older, because I definitely stayed, when I got more sober, stopped doing hard drugs, that really stopped. Then I got married and I had kids. So I just sort of knew that there was something in there that I just didn't face. I just didn't even think about it because I thought your career, skateboarding, if anyone had found out, I mean, at one point there was rumors about it, and I just moved back to Australia because I couldn't deal with it.
Because of the rumors, you moved back to Australia.
Yeah, because one time I took a bunch of ecstasy at a fucking dinner party in Australia, and these other 2 pro Australian dudes were there, and this trans chick came to the dinner, and she was super fucking hot, and
they were friends with the other ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then I left the party with her, and my girlfriend was there at the time. I had an open relationship, so it wasn't like I was cheating, but he started telling people in America that, Ellis fucked a tranny, he's a fag. And there were, some people said to me,
and back then there was a lot more homophobia.
You're done. You're done if I had said yeah, you'd be done.
And
I lost a couple sponsors because those guys were like, I'm not going to be on the team with this fag. And then people that are my longtime friends.
What year is this? Like 2000s, 90s?
Yeah, something like that, 2000s.
Wow.
Maybe 2000.
That's crazy. I didn't realize.
Yeah, but people that have been my friend for 10 years called me and kicked me off the team.
Say, hey, man, we can't have that kind of behavior.
No, he said, sucks that I'm doing this, man, but I got to do it. And it wasn't, he didn't want to kick me off. It was the bigger guys on the team said, we're going to leave the team if you don't get him off.
Well, because they didn't want to be known as being on like the gay team.
No, it wasn't going to be the gay team. They just didn't want a fag to be anywhere around us.
Damn.
So those things made me go way back into my shell. I was like, okay, note to self.
Staying in the closet.
Don't
hardcore.
fucking tell anybody.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
that's really interesting.
I got
and
divorced,
sad.
and then my wife now. When we first started dating, I had a trans girl on the radio because obviously I like that stuff, and she gave me a calendar. And my wife now saw the calendar, and she's like, "Trans girls? You like trans girls?" I was like, "Kinda." She's like, "What do you mean, kinda?" I was like, "Yeah, they're pretty cool." She's like, "Wait, you fuck with them?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because I just thought at the time I'd already been divorced twice.
Might as well be
I
upfront.
just didn't want to. Yeah, I was like, everyone should just know everything about me. And
Yeah.
I don't even
At this
care
point,
where
you
this
didn't give
goes.
a fuck. Yeah.
And she was like, I think that's really hard. And I was like, yeah, right. And then she kind of convinced me that she wasn't lying. And then she was like, you ever fucked around with a dude? And I was like, yep, a couple times. And then just escalated. Would you do it again? I was like, yeah. And then her friends, because I had a couple of friends that are porn stars that are gay and married, girls. So they liked me talking about it. So then I kind of had like a little house
A
of
support
people.
group.
Yeah, where they backed me on it. So then
Yeah.
I didn't mind mentioning it every now and then I would mention it every now and then around my straight friends, and nobody thought that I was serious. Like there's
They literally thought you were
documentation
joking.
of me telling fucking Tully when we were writing the first book that I'm gay, and he just completely thought that
He's
that
just
was
like, "Ah, you're
I was
goof."
saying that I was gay like a joke, because nobody expects it, because I'm such a badass, which is so fucking pathetic. It's like I maybe this
There's
whole thing,
badass gays.
maybe this whole thing is a giant insecurity move. Like maybe this whole I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna skate, I'm gonna jump off shit, I'm gonna jump motor, I'm gonna race cars.
Interesting.
Gonna get a lot of tattoos.
That was
gonna
all
fuck a
just
lot of
closeted
chicks.
energy.
Might be just a giant fucking.
That's all
beard.
closeted shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really just want to like get a rainbow car.
But I can't be that because you genuinely like fighting and you like skateboarding. You're too good at it for that to be
I
it.
like competitive. I like competing.
If it was just a beard, you would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
mediocre at all these things.
You're right. No, I love it. Yeah, it's just a theory.
Yeah, it's interesting. Good.
That's all. I just
Yeah.
thought it'd be, and if I get it out before anybody else gets it out, it covers me a little bit.
Is
It's
this
kind
the-
of like if you had a micro penis. If
This
you
is the
bring it
first
up
time
first,
that's out?
it's better.
Is this the first time that's
It's
been said?
breaking. This is breaking. Yeah.
Jason Ellis's
Yeah,
beard.
everyone's gonna
He's
be
not a
talking
real
about it.
badass. He's a closeted homosexual.
The news doesn't have
that's
much
it.
to talk about right now, so this is probably going to be a headline.
Dude, we didn't even. It's crazy. We've been talking for a while. I don't see the timer. Anyway, we've been talking for a while. We have not brought up Trump or anything.
Yeah, I don't
once.
do that.
I
I
like
don't
it.
care.
Yeah, I don't care either. But who'd you vote for?
It is what it is.
Say
Same
it.
as fighting.
Say it. Who'd you vote for?
I have a
Just
green
kidding, you don't
card.
have to say it. Oh, you didn't vote.
Yeah, I'm not
Great,
allowed to.
lucky guy.
I'm not a lucky. Am I lucky?
Yeah, that way you could legitimately just stay out of it. Be like, listen, I have no control.
I just don't. You know, I make tons of money. Obama was a president. Nothing happened. Trump's nothing happened. Nothing changed in my checks. Nothing.
Right.
No, there's no like, ooh, well, just.
So
nothing.
obviously
I've
you've
still got a gun. I still get my dick sucked. I don't get it.
yeah, same here.
I'm not fight. They're not fighting for me. Do you know what I mean? I know they're
yeah,
not.
right. They don't care about us. No one
Yeah,
cares
like
about us.
tomorrow, I'm going to have a good day and trying to help out
But
my
can you
fellow
say-
human beings.
What is the biggest
Don't care
difference
who you
you've
voted
observed between the USA and just our society versus Australia? Even though it's a very
Crazy
Western
racial hatred.
here.
Yeah.
So we're more racist in America.
Fuck yeah.
Really?
I think the level of
And explain that as a white guy.
you guys are insane. White
How?
Americans are insane.
What have you seen that's racist in America?
That you're angry about Black Lives Matter? You find that to be offensive that someone can say Black Lives Matter and you're like, no,
That-
all lives matter. Wow. Like
That's
you don't
not-
get you either
that's
don't get
not
the,
racist,
I
that's just
refuse to
stupid
believe
people.
that you don't get. No, I refuse to believe that you're so dumb that you think that is they're singling out saying black people need to run the country
dumb.
and white people. No, they're not. You're
They're
not.
dumb.
That's like a bullshit.
I don't
pussy
think
ass-
that's racist. I
That's,
think
most
that's
racist
stupid
people don't
people.
all hide it too. That's why their vote's so close. Because you don't want to bring it up unless you
you do
like,
have opinions
around
on
your whiskey
politics.
friends, then you'll bring it up. But yeah, you are for sure.
I know a lot
Guy got
of
murdered on TV, man. Nobody stopped it. There's one, and you all filmed it, but cop just straight up murdered a
well,
dude.
they didn't know he was being murdered at the time.
Yeah, well, then everybody needs to listen to more of Joe Rogan's podcast because if you know anything about submissions, that dude murdered that dude, and then after he murdered that dude, he stayed on there a little bit longer, way longer actually. Like there was like a time there where you're like, hey man, if you don't get off him, he's gonna die.
Right.
And then there was like 6 minutes after that,
Right, which
where it was
shows
like-
again
I was
he's
like,
just stupid.
no. You should have a license to have a baby too. If I was president, you should have a license to be pregnant.
Oh, I like that one.
Because you're fucking stupid. You got
Yeah,
a license
you have to have
a
a-
car,
you
but
have
you
to
can
be
just
a
pop
good-
out kids all day. What the fuck is
Right.
that? You're driving around in a fucking death machine, And so
I
is
agree
your
with that.
potential baby.
You need to prove that you could be a good parent.
I also think that if you have a baby in your vagina, everyone else needs to stay out of that. That's not your vagina.
What do you mean? Who goes into other girls'
I don't
vaginas?
like you're trying to stop people from having abortions.
Oh,
That's
you're
ridiculous
pro-choice
too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's got a heartbeat. I'm like, does it have a brain? Because the person that's carrying that, it does.
I think it is murder, but it should be legalized murder. Like I'm pro-choice,
Yeah, I
but
think
it
maybe
is
the
killing a
argument-
baby.
I think libtards going to get, they don't want to go, I don't want to say that it's murder. Yeah, it is.
It is murder,
Yeah,
but
you can
I'm
say-
for that. Yeah.
Did you know that sperm has a heartbeat?
No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I
there you
murder
go.
kids every day. Yeah. No, I agree. I think abortion should definitely be legal.
Just that versus
Should women
somebody
feel a
gets raped,
little
somebody
guilty
will
about
get-
it? Yeah, I think a little
You're gonna
guilt
feel
from
bad.
it's
Look,
okay.
and that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, unless
you're
you're
gonna feel
unless
guilty
you're
from it.
heartless whore,
Yeah, you're
you're
gonna feel
probably
bad.
going to be fucking broken from this. It's
yeah,
going to take
for
a
a little
long
bit.
time to bounce
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty sad fucking time, but you still can't tell them
I agree.
what to do with it.
I agree 100%. Unless it's mine, then I'm gonna tell her to abort it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell her.
that's yours.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue. If you had a womb right now, I wouldn't argue with you.
Do I have any questions? Do you have any questions, Marco?
Oh, I don't know when I'm going to do
Ellis
the
Mania.
next one. I just
That's
know
what
that this
is,
one
right?
is November 14th. It'll be live on my YouTube channel.
Ellis Mania.
Yeah, and it's 3 floating islands in the middle of a lake next to the actual London Bridge. Did you know that the London Bridge that was falling down is back up at Lake Havasu?
No, it's.
Man, no, you're going to learn a lot if you listen to me. Very
Wow.
interesting guy, a lot of information.
I agree. You are an interesting guy. A little
So-
defensive, but interesting, nice guy.
Am I offensive?
Defensive. I said you're a little
Oh.
defensive. You're on the defense.
The serious.
I'm not out to
I
get
want
you.
this documented. He fucking came at Sirius XM.
Dude,
First thing, as soon as we sat down, I don't really get why anybody would even listen to it. But
No.
anyway, welcome to the show.
No, I
Not
didn't
sure who
say
even
that.
knows who you are.
I
mean,
didn't say that.
In his defense, he was saying because they spent so much money with Kevin Hart and all these
Yeah.
people, he was wondering
How they
But
make
that
money.
tells me that you do your math is bad.
my
Like,
math is
you're
horrible.
Like, how do they give them $5 million when they make like hundreds and hundreds of
See,
millions
that's
of dollars?
what I don't know about. Yeah. I was
every
inquiring.
day?
I'm not insulting. I was just, I don't know.
I mean, do 50 million times 20.
It's a lot. Except, I don't think 50 million. Do 50 million people really
Yes,
pay $20
dude.
a month? I guess there's 1 out of 3. And he lives in his car.
What's that?
Oh, you pay.
because I call and say I'm going to cancel.
Oh.
Oh, really? You get a discount? Yeah, but then there's
Shit.
people that have apps and all the other stuff.
$18.
See, that's not cool to me.
You know, I'll say this.
But I don't have a say. That's the difference.
$18. And again, I am not insulting
That's a
Sirius.
lot.
I
I'm-
like Sirius,
no,
but that's
I'm-
more
no,
than
I'm with
Netflix. That's more than Netflix.
That's bullshit.
And Netflix's video.
So that's what maybe what you're thinking. There's 3
I bet you I'm on the last one too, because the offensive is the because I'm on the same thing as Stern, which probably means
Stern's the top tier.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Stern makes bank, huh?
Look, I don't know how to care anymore. There was a time there where it was a big fight to get somewhere, but like I won. You know, like I don't want to be. You know how I don't want to be Michael Jackson of radio. Like I don't fucking care if
Yeah,
you don't
you're
know
doing
me.
good enough.
I have like, do I have to go do another job? Nah. Like you were like, hey, come on the podcast. I'm like, yeah. And then what am I gonna do? Go do my show, and then I'll go do
Whatever
whatever
you
the
want.
fuck I want with like enough money.
Ellis Mania, baby.
Can I get a Learjet? No, but I'm good.
Who needs that? Yeah.
Surfboard.
No,
I got
I
a
agree.
jet board.
Oh, that's the
Fucking board.
Is that
that's
the,
it's like a surfboard that has a
dude?
jet
You know what
engine.
that is? Badass.
badass.
That's fucking badass.
You would
dude.
say that.
Are those things hard to ride?
No, if it's
Jet
choppy,
board?
yeah.
If it's choppy, so
But
on
if it's-
smooth on a
if it's
lake, it'd be really
Yeah,
easy.
it's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
but so I'm going to bring them to the lake. So November 14th, floating island.
What are the
and
islands
then another
made out of?
floating island here. They're like, you know, those.
Like blow up raft.
No. They have like big plastic things that they log together, so that it's like it'll be a floating boxing
Oh,
ring.
got it. Okay, so it'll be pretty stable.
Yeah.
Okay, got
not
it.
very wobbly at all.
Okay, cool.
So 20 by 23, 20 by 23, and then 18 right here, and then the houseboat will be here with all the cameras. So you can fight on the island. There's no ropes. If you back up, you can jump over to the other island if you want to. While you're fighting.
so there's gonna be people falling in the water.
Fuck
and
yeah.
getting
There's
back
gonna be
up.
people
and
getting punched
there's
in the
wet
face.
fights.
Knocked out into the water. There's like lifeguards on every edge of it. Cause
There's gonna be shirtless dudes that are wet.
Yeah. But yeah, most people have to fight in a Speedo because they don't want the mats to get wet. If you're a girl, you have to wear bikini or whatever.
Are there?
Yes.
You said 3, so one of them girl fight, two guy fights, or what's it going to be?
3. What do you mean 3?
Didn't you say 3 fights?
No, 3 rings.
3
I'll show
rings.
you a photo, but I won't be able to find it in time. A floating ring like this, right?
I get it.
Then another one
One
next to
ropes.
it,
No.
5 feet apart, no ropes. Then another one over here that's smaller, 6 feet apart. Because there's going to be a football fight later on where Shane Carwin, that you don't know, who used to play football, is also a UFC heavyweight interim champion of the world. He is going to be on this island. The competitors are going to be on the little island, and I'm going to be on this island over here with 2 balls on either side behind me. So you can come in here and grab a football and bring it back and jump over to the other island. That's a touchdown. That's 1 point from my balls. Over here, if you go to Shane's corner and take a ball and get it back, that's 10 points.
And you're defending the balls.
I'm defending it with my hands.
Yeah.
If you come to get that football,
You'll get
I'm going to
slapped
punch you in the
or
fucking
punch.
face. Yeah, I'm punching
Even
you.
a girl? If a
Fuck
girl
it.
comes for the
I'll
girls,
punch her right in the fucking neck. I don't give a shit. I'm joking. No, there's not going to be a girl in there.
Oh, got it.
It's
Okay.
girl on girl.
So there'll be a girl version of you that's defending
There'll be
the
a
footballs.
girl on girl fight.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. There's going to be 4 guys blindfolded with cowbells fighting on one island at one fight. That's one of the fights.
They're wearing cowbell bells
Yeah,
while
so
they fight?
so you're blind and you're on an island
but you
fighting.
can hear the bell.
But they've got cowbells
That
on their
sounds
hips so you can hear them.
dangerous as fuck.
Right? I'm going to be in that.
You doing one of the cowbell fights?
Yeah.
Who are you fighting there? Do you know?
I know Luis J. Gomez is going to be in it with me, and then 2 other guys that are. I've got a bus.
You're cowbell fighting Luis J. Gomez.
Yes, blindfold cowbell fighting.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna get
We're entertainers, man. Welcome to the big leagues. You want to fucking be? You want to get on the hype train? If you want to fucking be big, you got to be willing to get biscuited and go into the lake.
Oh
this is going to be fucking world changing. There's going to be all these other places that start copying my shit.
This is for
just like they did with the Ellis Mania.
You're filming this, obviously. Is it going on your YouTube? Where can people see this? If
my
they
YouTube
can't make
page
it to have
that I just started. So Jason Ellis YouTube page. It's got a bunch of shit on there that I could give a fuck about. Apparently, it's got an MMA fight on there. But on Saturday, November 14th, it'll be live on there for everybody to watch.
Wow.
All these fights will be on floating in the middle of a lake.
Sounds insane.
I think it's going to work out.
I think it's going to work out views-wise.
Yeah,
I think someone's going to get fucked up.
I don't know about the views thing because, like you were saying, I don't know why people
At least
listen to Sirius
afterwards.
XM. I don't know why people look at me on YouTube.
Because
I'm
of
too
shit like
old.
this.
No, it's like a weird thing I was saying earlier that Sirius XM is not cool with lit kids.
Well, no, I think it's
Doesn't
just
work.
the people who listen to Sirius XM are not the average YouTuber. It's just a different audience.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, so it's a weird. I'll
But
be
still,
surprised if there's a lot of people on there.
There might not be during the live stream because you're not don't have a huge YouTube following, but I think after the live stream's over, it's gonna blow up.
Like if there's actual highlights that are really
once
exciting,
it's edited
then you
together,
edit it, and then you give it to the people in fucking 45 seconds
Yes.
because they like it better that way.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
you make an Instagram version, all that shit.
That's why I'm trying to think of all these fights that are. I have 2 pros that are gonna fight each other that are. I'm paying them not to kill each other, but they are going to fight and they are high level and they're going to jump from ring to ring trying to fight each other. So that video, I feel like, is going to be like a highlight reel of real stuff where you're like, whoa, these guys are really fighting at high levels on a fighting island. And then there'll be the sloppy guys that are like, I've got fans that are meeting me on a bus, COVID tested, on a bus, driving them to Havasu Thursday night, doing a radio show there on Friday. And then we're all working together.
What people don't realize is when there's fighters in the ring, even if it's not a pro fight, they're going to be competitive. They want to win the fight, so it's going to be a real fight.
It's more intense.
Yeah,
because
it's going to be crazy.
Nobody has any defense. At least if you're a pro fighter, you know how to move out of the way and keep your hands up. Most of the people that fight at Ellis Mania do not know about that.
So for something like this, are you going to have a doctor on site, a lifeguard? Like, what's the safety
all that
precautions?
Stuff. Yeah, I had to get because it's sanctioned. I had to get the I had to get all these permits to be in the lake and fight. So Lake Havasu, all the authorities, there'll be like proper lifeguards standing by.
Now,
medics.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this, but this is a big production. What's the budget? How much did this cost to put on this whole thing? It sounds like it must have been thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, thousands of thousands, but not that much.
Not that
On the
much.
scale
You did
of
on a
Mania.
budget.
Just a couple of sponsors,
Cool.
and then we're off to the races. Very minimal. You'd be surprised. Like Hard Rock
Shoestring
one
budget.
versus fuck yeah. I mean, it's easier when you don't have a crowd. Like I'm not selling tickets.
Right.
So accommodating people, that's when you got to get really ready. Like all I have to do is just get this stream up. All I
Yeah.
want to do, it's a pandemic. What can I do? I'm not a doctor. I don't have any really good advice, but can I make like a really good entertaining thing for people to watch? I really think I can do that.
I think you can too. Do you need advice on anything while you're here? I can give you advice.
Yeah. Scared of sharks. I surf. I'm trying to surf. I got a jet board. Every time I fall off on the jet board and swim over to my boat.
Legitimately? You are scared
I'm
of sharks?
Fucking, dude, it's ruining me.
Did
There's
you see
mornings
that?
where I don't go because I'm like,
Dude, did you see that
Probably gonna
video
get eaten.
of the, it was an Australian surfer where he was in the water and a shark bit his board and he like punched the
That was a pro
the
surfer.
shark? Yeah, pro surfer. But
Yeah.
did you see that? That's
Yeah.
That's a badass guy right
need that.
there.
I don't
That
need
is
that in my
badass.
life. I want that video of me doing that, but I don't
Don't
want the
wanna
other
actually
one
do it.
where he just eats you. Or that lady
I
that
honestly
just got
think
her arm eaten by one. Like, fuck, dude.
I could be wrong.
be
but-
so bummed.
But I feel like if anyone is qualified to defend yourself from a shark, it's you.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I think a shark wouldn't beat you in a fight. You would punch it and it would leave.
Here's
And
what I
it's-
think,
Uh-huh.
because I've thought about it numerous times. If it's 5 and under,
5
and
feet and under.
yeah, and I
Uh-huh.
see it coming, I can win this.
Well, the problem is you're not going to see it coming.
Well, then it's over.
No, but
dude,
you'll feel it. It'll bite you.
Yeah, but
and you'll hit it.
Yeah, but the bite, if it's like an 8-foot great white, it's over. If I
No.
go, he goes, "Bah," and I go, ah, and it's just all gone. And I'd be
No.
like, help!
I don't think
He
an
just
eight-
ate my arm and
Does-
half my rib cage.
Does
I'm
an
fucking
8-foot gray
dead.
white? Do you think it instantly bites your arm off? At first, I
Yes,
think
dude.
no. I think you'll have a few seconds to hit it,
Dude,
and
that's
then it would.
not. That's what I'm saying. If someone goes shark, and I see
then
the
you're
fin,
good. Then
I'm
you're
gonna
good.
win.
Yeah.
But it's where you're like, hey man, fucking, bah!
Okay,
and you're like, ah,
Okay,
it's
I have
over.
a solution. You don't surf in Australia. Too many sharks over there.
There's sharks
Just
on the fuck. Well, I live in Hermosa Beach.
Way less,
Apparently,
though.
no.
Really? There's not a lot. They're not
great
great
whites.
whites.
Are now reported that they're apparently, for some weird reason, they're not migrating.
They followed
they're
you over here?
staying there, and more are coming. There's more great whites on the coast of Malibu and Santa Monica right now than ever before. Yeah, I've
Then
already looked into it.
I think you should give
I'm
it up.
for
I think
sure.
you have enough
surfing
hobbies.
over giant man-eating creatures all the time.
You have enough hobbies. You don't need the surfing.
I paid
thing.
a lot of money for that jet board. I
We could
have
sell
to use it.
Put it on Craigslist.
Nah, it's so free. I just
use
feel like
it,
if I get it,
use it at Havasu. I think you're done.
that's where I think
Yeah.
I've. Oh, so your advice is just don't go in the ocean anymore?
If-
I thought he
if-
said he was gonna fucking help me.
Yeah, if you're at if there's more great whites than ever before, why? I mean, I think you could take a great white though. I do think that. Fuck. I don't know. Yeah, that's scary.
There's a lot of anxiety involved in that fight.
I
I
think
prefer not to have it.
you know you have such a badass resume. You might as well keep adding to it. And if you
The
lost,
shark. Yeah.
worst case scenario, you lose an arm. Right? Let's say you lose an arm.
Yeah. I'd
You've-
rather lose a leg.
You've done enough sporting stuff in your life. You don't.
Yeah, I agree.
You're accomplished. You don't need these arms anymore.
Yeah, I agree. As long as I get to stay here. and
You're
I-
married. You don't need to pick up chicks. You
Yeah,
already
I
got
do.
the chick. Oh yeah, open marriage. Well, some chicks like people who are missing limbs.
They do. I have met several
That
girls
surfer
that are
chick
into
who's missing an arm.
Yeah.
she's so hot. She's
She's-
so beautiful.
crazy Christian.
Oh,
Don't
that
even
I like that
talking.
even more.
I don't like talking about it.
Oh, I love
I feel like
Christian
it's
girls.
really mean.
You
She doesn't
Christian
want to
girl-
know about your penis. She probably thinks it's evil.
That's okay. Christian girls. Oh man, I would love to marry a Christian girl because just she's pure and sweet and just
Full of shit.
no. Don't.
It's like 70 virgins. Like, why would I want to fuck a virgin?
You know how you don't believe in God?
No.
Oh, I could teach you some tricks to show you how God's real. Ready?
Yeah.
Look me in the eyes right now and say,
You mean Jesus or
no,
just a
God.
power?
Yeah, just God.
Yeah, I believe in a power. I just don't believe that it's like Jesus.
Here's the trick. Look me in the eyes right now and say, I love God.
No.
Just do it. Just do it. Just you don't even have to mean it. Just look me in the eyes and say it. Just
No.
say the words, I love God. Just look.
No,
just
I
try
don't.
it. I know. Just say it. I
No.
know you don't.
I'm not falling for your comedy
You're-
fucking
see-
God shit.
You're scared.
I'm not scared.
You're scared. Just say it. Just look me in the eyes. Say I love God. Just say the words.
No.
Just try it. Just try it. Just humor me. I'll edit it out if you don't like it.
I don't want to say it.
Well, there you go. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know. I want to thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Fuck you.
What?
Talk to me about God.
I know how to convince people that God's real.
No, you don't.
Well, if you went along with it, I could have, but
Right, but I don't go along with it. That's like
Yeah,
half
so-
the problem with people that believe in God is you just go along with it. It's a story made up by men.
well, you have to put in a little work.
If you pray to shit, because I pray to shit every day.
I
Just don't pray to the guy with the beard or anything. Keeps me level-headed. Makes me happy. I think I pray to the gods, the cosmos. People will give me more understanding and peace of mind. Yeah, and if you're
I
doing
don't
that,
pray. I'm not
I don't
religious.
give a shit who you think it is up there.
Yeah, neither do I.
But don't tell me that it's one or the other. That's
That's
when I'm not.
Oh,
cool.
when people are like, you gotta pray to Jesus,
It's
or
Jesus, or it's
this,
Allah,
or whatever. I'm like,
or
get
that
out
they
of here.
said this one thing and that's why we have to live it. You don't
Yeah,
have no
get away
documentation
from
that
me.
they said that.
Yeah.
So you can't put that on me.
I agree. It's a book that a man wrote.
Many men.
It's a cult following. It's
Many
just,
men.
it's
Just
an
like
old
this
cult.
thing, the more people get involved, the more bullshit is in
It's just
it.
an old cult that got a lot of members because people were stupid back
But
then.
there's a very important part to it. The praying to believe in something that's bigger than you is a virtue to have to be more fulfilled in your day-to-day life. It's just when somebody gets angry that it's not your football team of the gods, that's when you're no longer even doing the thing that religion was there to do. You know, like if you're like, fuck, you're a Muslim, fuck that, or fuck you, you're a Christian. I thought you were praying to a higher power for peace and harmony. How does fuck your religion even get involved in that? If I'm in harmony with the gods, then you can have all the gods you want. Hail Satan. That's what
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
I agree. Violence, religion
Well,
doesn't
Satan's
seem like
not
a good
all
man.
about violence.
I don't know much about Satan.
He's pretty cool.
You fuck with him?
Fuck yeah.
Badass, dude.
Right? Yeah,
Badass.
he's awesome. He's into all the cool shit.
He is. Hey,
Danzig.
really appreciate you coming on the podcast.
All
Thank
right.
you for doing
Oh, we're
it.
doing it. COVID
Thank
tested.
you. I'm an anti-masker, anti-COVID guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So, which is also
I love
a badass.
God then.
It's
There
a
you go.
badass. Oh, you did it. So thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
Here's how you know it's real. When you did it, notice how you were smiling. Really, why? Who put that smile on your face?
I wasn't when I said it.
You
It
did.
didn't work.
Oh, we have it on tape.
No, you
When you
don't.
said "I love God," you had a big grin on your face.
I was grinning before I said it.
Who put that grin there? You won't be able to say it without grinning.
Me.
Yeah. Say "I love God" with a straight face. Try it. You won't be able to.
What do you mean I won't be able to?
You can't.
This is gonna, if you put it in the video, I'm gonna come over here and fucking shoot you.
Wait, what do you mean? It's already you said it in the video. I
didn't-
didn't put it in the video.
There's some joke you're trying to get me to say it, then you're gonna.
You already
like,
did it. I didn't. There's no joke. That's the trick to believe in God. When someone says it, "I love God," they can't do it without smiling, because God puts a smile on their face. Praise God.
What an
Thanks.
idiot.
Thanks for doing the podcast, Jason. It was great to have you.
Yeah.
It was great to have you. You were a wonderful guest. I appreciate you.
Fuck off. Am I done? What?
Okay, wait. Are you really mad?
No,
Are you
thanks
mad
for
right
having
now?
me.
Yeah.
It was an honor.
Thanks for doing
What
it.
do you usually say? What do people usually say?
Yeah, typically not fuck off.
Well, I meant
Typically-
it in a nice way.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, I
Hey.
didn't know. Okay, I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I meant like fuck off.
You could be badass and sensitive. I'm a badass sensitive guy.
Yeah, I meant fuck off like we're cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Sorry.
All right, thanks, Jason, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
You're listening to
Unlicensed
Unlicensed Therapy with Ari Mannis.
There you have it. Another podcast, over an hour, edited, multi-camera, audio, video. A lot of work here. We did it here at Melrose Podcast. So there you have it. Another episode of Unlicensed Therapy. Over an hour of podcast right there. Multi-camera video, audio, edited, recorded. A lot of work went into it. All taking place right here at Melrose Podcasts on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. If you're in Los Angeles area, you need to record a podcast, they could help you out. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy whoever becomes the president. I hope he makes you happy. We'll see you next time.